Randy doesn't seem to be able to get his cotton together. It's been a wild ride of emotions, highs and lows. A new field, but it cannot be harvested unless, just maybe. At least the ranch is coming along nicely, Randy. Go get him, scamp. This is episode 60.
Good morning, everybody. Just feeding the dog here. Nice and early December day, last day of the year. And I think we've done pretty well for ourselves thus far. We're just going to hop in the truck and head on over to our new field and go check out what the deal is with that cotton. Because, well, kind of disappointing so far. I don't know if something happened to it or what, but fingers crossed for this morning. Such a lovely sunrise. Sky's on fire! Alright, well, we've made it over to our harvester and our field, so let's kind of check out what the dealio is. Suppose we'll turn off the truck. It's pretty loud. So, here is our harvester that we've leased, and here's our field. That's looking good, but it is December. This is kind of where we went over the other day and just destroyed crop. It didn't actually end up harvesting, so that was kind of the issue. So, just going to walk us through the process here. We're going to turn it on. Alright, we'll throw on some lights so we can see a little better. We're going to unfold the machine, okay? Wonderful. Pretty big machine once it gets going. Alright, now we're going to turn it on. Alright. They're rolling. It's going. But, it does not want to harvest, so if we just destroy a little more here, you know, it did not go into our hopper. And just to kind of show that for sure, we don't really do this that often, but, you know, here we go. Look at, this is our field. You can see down in the bottom corner, it is still growing, and that is odd. If we hop in here, we have 0 liters in our hopper, and if we check out our harvest cycle, of course we are past the harvest season. Last month in November was the last month there for cotton, but it had pretty much been in this last growth stage, looking like this dark green for the last few months. So I don't know if just because we bought it, something goofy happened, or what the deal was, but I don't know. Kind of disappointing, because we missed our corn harvest and was hoping to really make up for it with something a little bit different with this one. But you know what? The fact that we have the field means we can continue doing cool stuff like that. So we're going to try not to focus on the bad with it, and we're going to get it all folded up, put back away. Unfortunately, we did eat up a little bit of cost in just leasing it, of course, and having to pay a daily leasing fee a couple times. So unfortunate, definitely took a hit on it, but we got a good deal on this piece of property anyways, so all in all, not the end of the world. We'll get it loaded back up here and let the farm store know they can come pick up their piece of equipment. Can't even let them know how it was, because, well, we don't even know. Oh, don't unfold again. We just want to get it turned off. There we go. And not our problem anymore. Definitely is unfortunate, as it seems like we've kind of lost this crop, but just for experimenting, I think we're going to leave it in the ground and we'll just let it wither, I suppose. I'm not really sure what's going to quite happen to it, but we'll just see. You never know. It could end up finally growing all the way and surprise us. Who knows? Weirder things are happened where we've been caught off guard with a harvest. That's definitely happened a few times on fields that we were more or less prepared for and knew about. So if it happened with that, I would not be surprised. We're just going to back up here and get all of our water topped up in our maple syrup, because it's been a little bit. I'm sure they're starting to run a little bit low. Perfect. It has been a little while since we've been down here, and it looks like nature is definitely starting to take the area back, which is nice to see. Check out our maple syrup quick, and looks like, yeah, we are topped up on water now, and we do have almost the maximum amount of maple syrup, so it might be wise to go sell some of that. Of course, we do have another pallet jack down here. We bought a few of those for around the ranch, just to make our lives easier with doing quick little things when there's not as many pallets around. Right, so while we are in the truck, it wouldn't hurt to get a couple little chores done, top up the water for our cows too, because they go through water so fast, it's kind of crazy. Might eventually be worth looking into some other sort of enclosure for them, maybe even just an open pasture. We do have a lot more land, so it'd be interesting to see what we can kind of make of that. We'll get them topped up, we'll probably get them fed as well, and we will continue on with some other chores. I'm hoping, now that we don't have to do that cotton field today, we can kind of just continue on with some winter activities, maybe get to moving some lumber around, but I'm really hoping that we can get that bridge access to the back side of our field, just so that it's a little bit easier to get to and from, and I believe we do have feed left over, so if they're going to go through that real quick, we'll get it topped up once again from our mixer station, and we should be good to go. Looks like, yeah, that was pretty quick, all they're going to have there, and they should be good with one other load for now. We can always deal with them later. It's pretty much a daily task, and it looks like our mixer station is actually getting kind of low, so we'll take this opportunity while our wagon is filling up to get a little bit more silage in there. It looks like hay and straw look like they're fine for now, but it doesn't hurt. So pull through there, we'll drop off the trailer, pick up, oh boy, our forage wagon if we don't absolutely run into it first, and maybe we'll do both. Looks like our little wall seems to be doing the job at keeping our manure out. That way, all these bales that we stacked up don't fall over this time. And we certainly have a good amount of hay. I love the sight of all those stacked up. It's looking promising for the winter season. Alright, we are going to get all of these grass bales made as quick as we can. That way we can continue on with some of these other chores. Our grass will be out of the element, and then that way we have the option as well to possibly look into getting some sort of meadow roller for all of this grass we have. That way we can kind of maximize our yield with it. I don't know if we'll always get to fertilize and roll it every single harvest, but I think eventually we will be able to if we can get some sort of autoloader for our balers, because that'll really save a lot of time as far as getting the field turned over all in one day. But for now, we will make some nice juicy swaths the best we can. This windrower is coming really handy, and as you can see, we do have a massive grass field now, so we will be harvesting all of it at one time once the springtime comes and it's ready to harvest. And that way it should be all on kind of the same cycle. And then again, yeah, if we have an auto load trailer, we can kind of get them all stacked up, moved over, and then roll that field right after and kind of get it all pressed back down and growing really nice and even for us. Definitely a chilly morning out. The grass is frosted over, as you can see. But that is all good. We've got this nice new Fendt we're rolling around in, and it's keeping us nice and toasty warm inside there. We're going to get all of these bales baled up and see how many we get. I know we had 18 the time before, and I don't even remember what the time after that was. But I'm hoping somewhere in that range, and oh gosh, I totally just avoided that one. Good job, Randy. It's not a sign, you don't need to avoid it. Alright, we'll get this finished up, continue on with our day. Alright, well, that was pretty good. I'm not sure how many bales we got in total, but we'll give it a quick count and we can probably just go pick them up all really quickly, get them off this field, and then we don't need to worry about them anymore. Probably going to go mark out our location for our bridge just after we pick up this last little bit of grass here, and then we can kind of figure out where we're going to place everything, clear trees if we need to, and we should be pretty good there. So we'll get this guy turned off, and once again, we'll be smart, drive them over to the other side of the field before we drop them off. I don't even know where we're going to put these guys. Interesting. Maybe they'll have to go in the shed where the other kind of grass implements go. So we will dump those guys out of there, fold up our baler, and take it back. Alright, well, just rough count, I think we have actually 12 bales. And I believe that's how many we can fit on this trailer. 2 tall, 2 wide, 3 long. So yeah, I think that's 12. So we will get it stacked up like we do and just probably back this entire trailer into that shed as opposed to unloading all of them individually, because I'm not really sure if that's going to be their final resting spot. I feel like eventually they might move if we can get enough money to buy some sheep, because that would be awesome. It's been a long time coming, and I've been kind of shopping around for the pen that I want for them, and I'm struggling to figure out how we're going to make it work on the ranch. But at a certain point, you gotta just go for it and get it done. So we will see what we can do as far as that goes, because unfortunately our cotton harvest didn't quite work out, but that's not a worry. We're moving on to bigger things. We've got a lot in store coming up this next year. Alright, well, as you can see, we no longer have our cold storage unit over here. We have tore it all down and moved the materials elsewhere to where we're going to put it up. We finally have found a buyer for it, so eventually we will have to get over there and set that up for them. And we'll make a little bit of money out of the process, not a whole lot, unfortunately, but away she goes. It is out of our hands now, thankfully, and we will get these guys topped up with water and continue on. Alright, we got all of our greenhouses topped up, except for the sunflowers. They were doing pretty good. And then we did start to put a little bit of milk into our tanker as well. So we've gotten a lot of productive things done today so far, and hopefully we can get a couple more done before the sun goes down. Of course, it is December, so the days are not nearly as long as they used to be, but that is not a worry. I think we'll just pull up the truck right here and hop in the Bobcat and go see what we can do as far as making a path for a bridge. Alright, we're just in the gator. We got our log trailer, and we're racing the farmhand. I'm gonna beat you, buddy! Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's totally unfair. This thing's kind of fast. And that is not. So, but either way, that's why we sent him over in that one. Yeah, so we're kind of thinking extending through the bushes here all the way down, yeah, right to kind of this boat area. I think we're pretty much well in line there if we're coming out of that road we made. So, would be wise to actually get some sort of bush cutter. I don't know if we actually have one of those. I believe we leased it the first time around, but of course now we have the Bobcat. That would be wise. So, I think we're just going to hop out of that and go figure out what this guy's doing. Alright, this tree is actually pretty big, but I don't know if we need to get rid of him. I feel like we probably do, but we can definitely, I don't think we can move him with our Bobcat, but all these smaller ones won't really be a problem at all. They do have lots of branches on them, which make them kind of annoying, but thankfully we have a little bit of a trailer, so we'll probably just chop them all down and then prune it all up, throw it into the trailer. This is kind of a goofy one. Where's even the roots on this guy? Oh my gosh. Alright, well, why do I have a bad feeling about this? Oh my god, what? Okay. I'll take it, you know, not the end of the world. I don't have access to that. Okay, well that's fine, because we pretty much just need to stay on the boat here. That's pretty much where we're going. So, I'm not really too worried about that. And yeah, I suppose it's pretty much just two massive trees. So, where can we... how low can we go? Something like that. That's fine. We'll chop the rest down with our stump grinder at some point, but for now we will just fall this tree. Hopefully it doesn't land on us or crush that boat. That would not be good. Kind of a close call. Of course, yeah, this small guy. I feel like this one is probably not even on our land. I don't know. How is this not a part of our land? I don't know. Confusing. Either way, this one we can certainly fall, no problem. So, something like that. Everything that's small enough, we will, of course, use with the Bobcat, and the stuff that's too big, we'll try and just shove off to the side for now. Oh, Nelly. Alright, well, it's going to look a whole lot different here in a moment. I think the easiest way to deal with stuff like this that's kind of small, I mean, we could of course throw it in the wood chipper, but I think if we just put it right into the mill here, that's probably going to be the easiest as far as just not having to deal with all those little extra bits multiple times, because of course we would have to pick them all up again and throw them into our wood chipper, which just isn't quite as easy. With the bigger logs, we can of course choose to make it into firewood, process it at the mill, or just turn it into wood chips directly, kind of whatever we want to do with it. So we will go back, probably have another load, maybe 2, to pick up worth of trees, and continue on, hopefully trying to get a little bit more progress done with our bridge here. Alright, well, we got a lot done on that today. That's looking good. Of course, the Bobcat isn't really ideal for going over these things. More meant for some of our trucks and tractors, things like that, just to get to and from. And I suppose we can get the other side finished up tomorrow, because we're kind of in the winter months here, where we are just looking for tasks and whatnot to get done to fill some time. So we'll see how that goes. We'll probably leave the Bobcat here for now, and of course our log fork is actually pretty good at grinding up some of that dirt and just churning up all the landscape here. Really been a useful investment thus far. So I think that's a great area to leave it for this episode. We've gotten a fair bit done. I know it was kind of disappointing we didn't get the cotton done, but not a whole lot we can do there except move forward and look on to bigger and better things in the future. So thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you in the next episode. We got a lot of product to sell, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, bye-bye.